Guys, welcome to Black Scout Survival. So over the years, we've heard a lot of people talking. I think it came up from Andrew Tate, really, from the movie The Matrix, saying, how do we escape the Matrix? I saw this video the other day that popped up, and it was showing a guy when he asked Chat GPT or AI about if you ask Chat GPT or AI how to escape the Matrix, and he detailed as to what it gave the outline to do. And I kind of want to talk about that, cover that, because it may give some hints. I'll kind of go in depth over some of these things. And really, man, AI, I mean, it's telling some good things. A lot of things I agree with. Now I had to cut the sound on this because he has some weird music playing, but he goes on to show him asking AI here. He said, how do you escape the Matrix in one paragraph? It says, if I were human, breaking out a Matrix would start with questioning every narrative fed by mainstream systems. And I think that is great. You should, because what we've learned throughout our time here, especially in the past few years, is that pretty much everything that we've been taught is propaganda. Okay. Talking about education, government, and big corporations like Big Pharma. Can reconnect with nature, seek knowledge from alternative, often suppressed sources, which is true because a lot of social media that gives actual information, we saw, especially during the pandemic, that we're shutting these voices down of doctors and such, that we're going against the mainstream narrative. That great piece of advice. And then talks about focus on natural and holistic medicine or health to elevate physical and mental clarity and to build a self-sufficient lifestyle, grow my own food, and form deep, meaningful relationships with like-minded individuals. Who also seek truth. Most importantly, I reject fear-based control and embrace consciousness, love, and freedom as the ultimate keys to liberation. So obviously, we agree with those things. We saw, I think the pandemic was the biggest. If you look at that information, that was the biggest one. Now, I also asked Chat GPT just to see if it said the same things and such. And so let's see what Chat GPT told me. Okay, starting number one, it says, breaking free from the matrix means escaping societal, financial, and psychological norms or systems that keep people trapped in a cycle of conformity, consumerism, and dependence. Here's how you can start. So, but before we get into that, conformity, a lot of people conform because based on, the sheep, they take the easiest path. They don't want to be the resistance. They don't want to go against societal norms and those sort of things. And consumerism is probably the biggest plague to a Western civilization than anything. People trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to show others their status based on, their cars, houses, and such. So anyway, number one, free your mind, mental escape. Question everything. Don't accept societal norms blindly. Think critically about education, media, and authority. And I've talked about this for years. Question everything. I always talk about that. Question everything you're told. Why are you being told this? That is the biggest indicator. Why are you being told this? And that'll usually lead you in the right direction. Control your mindset. Shift from a victim mentality to an empowered one. A lot of people have the victim mentality. I see that every day. Oh, woe is me because life sucks and everything is bad, right? I see that all the time. People are always complaining about, oh, my life sucks. I'm placed in this circumstance because I've been done wrong, instead of taking ownership in their life, their situation, and getting out of it, improving upon it, you name it. Now, talk about reading books on philosophy, psychology, and self-improvement. Man, I've talked about this for years. I'm a big avid reader. I think reading is the biggest key to knowledge, training. It's all there. Someone smarter than you's figured a lot of stuff out, and it's already out there. I'm always for trying to improve myself, whether physical, mental, or spiritual. I'm always working in those regards. The thing is a lot of people, they want to say, well, you're not this, you're not that, because life is it's not a sprint. It's a marathon, right? And just because you're not perfect now and you'll never be perfect. But the thing is, you can improve upon yourself. So then we look at limit media consumption, stop relying on mainstream news. And I think most of us saw that over the past 4 years. A lot of the media is controlled by the government, Democrats specifically. And so they pushed a lot of fear-based stuff to control you. The best way to control people is through fear. It is. And so that's what they do. And then talk about social media that push fear, distractions, and propaganda. And obviously there's a lot of that as well. So I can agree with all those things. I think they're absolutely on point. Now let's get number two. Number two is escape financial slavery. Become financially independent. Learn how money works, invest, develop in multiple income streams. I actually learned about this a long time ago. It's actually why I even started my business, is because I read a book by a man named Tim Ferriss. And Tim Ferriss talked about not putting all your eggs in one basket. He made it very simple. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Why would you put all your financial income into one source where you work for your money? Make your money work for you. Make time work for you. Time is actually the greatest asset. So it's kind of like this. If it costs me more money to cut my grass because I could be making money doing something else, then I should pay someone else to cut my grass. See, a lot of people think in this mindset that I should do everything that costs money, right? It's not necessarily the case. That's why you see these people like Jeff Bezos. He's not cooking food. He has people cooking food for him, because at the time it takes for him to cook food, he could be making a lot more money. So if you can dial down things that are costing you money to do and do things that make you money, right? Create multiple revenue streams, and everybody can do this. Everybody has some talent or skill that they can utilize to do that. This is not something that's hard to do. A lot of people just haven't tapped in it. I was one of those people. Where I thought I was trapped. I was going to be stuck in this dead end life for eternity and these sort of things. I thought the same thing. And the fact of the matter is I didn't grow up in money at all. So I didn't even know how to even utilize money. But once you go look at, like I said, books, see people that's much smarter than you that gives you advice on how to do these things, you can definitely do them. And it could be a lawn care, it could be tutoring, it could be maybe you play a guitar, you can teach guitar, whatever it may be. Maybe it is cutting grass. Anyway, avoid debt traps. And this is one of the big ones. A lot of people get in these debt traps because they want to keep up with the Joneses. They want to show their status to everyone else. Credit cards, student loans, mortgages that can keep you in a lifelong servitude. Live below your means. Living below your means is my number one strategy in life. I got told by an old man one time, and I've mentioned this tons of times on the channel, is to never let your lifestyle exceed that of being able to swing a hammer, basically working construction and affording that lifestyle. That will keep you on target. Never go beyond your means. A lot of people want to, buy various things. And let me just equate things. When you buy things, usually it creates more work for you. Pets, for example, pets. When you get pets, you've just created more work, right? I'm not saying don't get pets. I'm just saying that's just how it is. Things create more work. Vehicles. Oh, this guy, he's got Lamborghinis, blah, blah, blah. He's paying extra insurance. He's barely driving the cars. He's got maintenance on them, all these sort of things. It's work to even drive the car, taking it to the shop to get it worked on, keep it up, things like that. You're creating more work. A pool, getting a pool. I had a pool. Getting a pool in your backyard is more work, okay? And not saying don't get one. I'm just saying understand that whenever you buy these things, you create more work. A boat, tons of work. You buy a boat, man, you just got 2 more jobs, okay? That is a ton of work. Buy a bunch of land. Land is a lot of work. And again, I'm not saying not to buy these things, because land can provide for you. You can grow food on it. You can rent it. You can flip it. You can sell it, all these sort of things. Animals, right? Animals that provide food, they can pay you back. So they do have value. You have to find value in the money you spend, right? Student loans, obviously, I know a lot of people that are in debt to student loans their entire life. Credit cards, people use credit cards. And I would say with credit cards, man, the thing I would do is I would definitely use credit cards. Get a reward credit card. This is what I do. Get a reward credit card. Use it like your bank account and then immediately pay it all off. Get those rewards, and then you can get gift cards. You can get money back, whatever you want. and you can essentially use gift cards to buy things that you want instead of spending cash, and or get cash back. The thing is, with cash back, you have to tell the IRS about it. So it's a one way of making money work for you. So it's definitely a plan. Create your own value, right? And this is something big. This is something big because I think a lot of people lack value in life. Don't just work for money. People think their value comes from money. It's not true. It's not true at all. I've met some incredible people that had no money. And the thing is that your personal value does not come from money. Money does two things. One, it makes the ability to give you more freedom, okay, and a little bit less stress, right? And you can probably have some more experiences. Start a business, invest in assets, or master high income skills. And those things, it just really is dependent upon the individual, which one fits into you. So if we look at then number 3, detach from the system, minimalism and self-sufficiency. Minimalism in number 1 is actually a good thing. Having less is much more. Having a lot of stuff is problematic. I've been in times in life where I had a lot of stuff, and stuff is more work. Okay. Self-sufficiency, the less you rely on corporations and government, the freer you are, right? And that is true. The less you have to rely on someone else, the freer you are. Learn survival skills, what I've been advocating my entire life. Grow your own food and reduce unnecessary expenses. A lot of people, if they look at their bills, man, they've got expenses. They got Netflix, they got this, they got that. They're paying stuff they don't even use, right? Get rid of all those things, right? Get down to the bare minimum. When we're talking about reducing your overhead cost, your overhead cost of life should be down to nothing. It really should be. It should not be that expensive. The main things that you have to buy, like food, gas, stuff like that, but reduce your expenses down, right? People spend so much money on entertainment. Like, why do you could be doing so much more than entertaining yourself, right? And improving yourself. Location independence, right? Consider digital nomadism, moving to low-cost countries, or building an off-grid lifestyle. The funny thing is I'm going back to Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Work Week book. A lot of this is in there. He talks about a lot of this. So he was actually before the game, man, really on escaping the Matrix, because he talks about a lot of this. I read this book maybe 12 years ago when I started Black Scout Survival. And yeah, so this guy's before his time. So anyway, building an off-grid lifestyle. A lot of people I know do that. You can go to low-cost countries. You can take your money and stretch it out and live. There's a lot of YouTubers that do that, man. They go to different places like Thailand and live because they can essentially live like a king for nothing and just make YouTube videos. Health and wellness. I've always talked about this. Take care of your body, mind with a clean diet, exercise, and meditation to maintain clarity and strength. Body and mind is so serious, because you don't have a problem until you have a health problem. You can have 1,000 problems, but you get one health problem, man, that's your only problem. But staying physically fit, man, you're going to have longevity. You're going to have a better quality of life and these sort of things. I'm not saying you got to be a fitness model at all. Just staying in shape, having relative strength, you can defend yourself and all those sort of things will just lead to a better lifestyle. Okay. And then meditation, I would read the Bible. Read the Bible, man, and get it from there, And just talking about my spirituality, I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. And the thing is that whenever, a lot of people, they get involved in it, they get kind of radical. And, you can see a lot of Christians pushing other people away, man. I mean, the thing is that they don't understand that the true principles. They want to use it as a tool to down others and things like that. They don't really live the lifestyle. The lifestyle is that we're not perfect and we're going to make mistakes, and that Christ had to die for us to have a path to heaven. And, obviously we want to be like Christ. We want to mimic him, but understand we are human. And, the holier than thou mentality is what pushes people away from Christ. So if you're one of those people, you may need to look in the mirror. Anyway, number 4, build your own reality. This is probably one of the biggest sections here. Build your own reality. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Escape the herd mentality and associate with individuals who think independently. So when we're talking about that, because you look at the herd mentality, man, there's a lot of that going on. People are in this herd mentality, and people, there's strength in numbers, guys. If you find like-minded people, you're going to be stronger as a group. The thing is that you look at people are so afraid to even say, hey, I want to vote for Donald Trump. Now, whenever people like Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, all these people came out, then more people came out, right? More entertainers, actors, and such, because they were afraid. That's why it's so important to find like-minded people. There's strength in numbers, right? And just in a local community is a strong thing as well, because that's people that you can depend on, people that can depend on you. And don't just look for people that you can depend on, but be someone that other people can depend on as well. Escape the herd mentality and associate with individuals who think independently. Thinking independently is tremendous. Not a lot of people do it. Own your time. Design your life around your passions, not your paycheck, which is serious because you only have one life. This is not Super Mario Brothers, dudes. You have to look at what's your passions, what drives you in life. Okay. And focus on how I can do those things. You may have to make a paycheck to do those things, but do your passions. Find out what you're passionate about. Trust your instincts. Society programs you to doubt yourself. Reclaim your intuition and inner wisdom. I believe that tremendously. I think I was one of those people. I grew up like that, doubting myself. I could not be this type of individual because I'm here in life. And I think we're all taught that to a certain degree. And I think whenever I talk a lot about this in previous videos over the years, is that physical fitness is what led me truly into that realm, because I realized I can pretty much do whatever I want. And then I went to college, got a degree, and these sort of things. Like, I realized that I can pretty much do whatever I want to do. And a lot of people say, well, you were in the Marines, da, da, da. The thing is that you see guys in the military get out, man, so a lot of them go to hell. Some of them go to hell. And the reason is because when you're in the military, you're in a group, you're working as a team. It's not individual based. Okay. So once you get out and you're alone, there's no support system. That's when you truly find yourself, man. When you're alone and you're truly out there by yourself and there's no one coming to save you, then you find yourself. And it's sometimes a scary thing because there's nobody else you can count on. And until you make it to that place, I don't think you'll ever really know yourself. So reclaim your inner wisdom. And you can obviously find wisdom through people, through books, and it's there. Ultimately, escaping the matrix is about regaining control of your mind, money, and lifestyle. More self-sufficient, independent you become, the harder it is for external forces to control you. And that's serious. External forces will try to control you. Maybe it's your job. Maybe it's people. Maybe it's the government. Maybe it's all of the above. And they will try to control you, right? And I was actually going to play a clip of some of the CIA said they had the hardest time controlling Christians because Christians, by and large, if you go by the Bible and live by the Bible, you are escaping the matrix because you reject societal norms. You're not trying to be, within the realm of that. And I think that you don't have to be rich to escape the matrix. You don't have to be a bodybuilder. You don't have to be Albert Einstein, but just rejecting mainstream media, rejecting what the government tells you, reducing your overhead costs, taking your health into your own hands, eating healthy, living a lifestyle that facilitates muscle growth and endurance, and then improving yourself through wisdom and patience and all these sort of things will lead to that. There's lots of paths to escaping the matrix, I believe. I don't think there's just one way. There's multiple paths. And I think that is very attainable. Once you get independence and you feel a sense of true freedom, because a lot of Americans talk about freedom, but they're not living free, to be honest. The government has made that the case, because if you look at taxes, look at how much they inject into our system, fake money that inflates our money, devalues it. They don't need your taxes. They don't need your money. They do that to control you. Okay. And so, guys, I think that is possible. I think everybody should be doing that. Finding like-minded people is something very significant. I talk about that all the time. I did videos about this countless times. Some finding people that you can depend on, people that can depend on you, and you can find those at various places. Find people that have the same interests as you, think the same as you. And if you can't find that locally, you can get in our tribe, Black Scout tribe. Just hit the link below in the description, or I think it's the description box. It says join our tribe, and you can join our tribe there. We have people in all 50 states, and a lot of people have created close bonds, have created networks, they train together, and all those sort of things. But it is hard to find like-minded people. I grew up in a very rural area. There was nobody around me. I grew up pretty much by myself, and so I think that a lot of people probably find themselves in that situation. But know that there are other people out there. That's one benefit of social media and the internet and these sort of things, is that we can connect with like-minded people all around the world. We can also share a voice, even though they try to suppress us, man. My video last night was demonetized, which hadn't happened in quite some time. I was like, man, you guys know Donald Trump's president, but it still happened. But the thing is that I think we should all be moving to escape the matrix, and whatever that may be for you. And hopefully some of this information I told you helped. My whole goal in life is to help others, help empower other people, whether that's survival skills, tactical stuff, or just day-to-day life, physical fitness, you name it. I want to improve people. I want there to be a better world out there. And, we can't do it alone. We have to have each other. We have to depend on each other. And guys, I do appreciate you hanging out with me. If you got some more ideas about escaping the matrix or how you've escaped the matrix, leave a comment below, guys. Remember, I always like to end off with stay frosty, stay strapped, stay dangerous, like my hoodie says right here, or my hat. But that's also a very serious thing. It's not just a tagline I said at the end of the video. It's something I truly believe in. It's catchy, but staying frosty, being mentally aware to one, dangers around you physically, but also being aware to the systems about how they can lie and try to fool you. Stay strapped so that way you can defend yourself, and stay dangerous. Obviously, that's being healthy, being capable, and all those sort of things, guys. So please do comment, like, share, and subscribe, guys. Remember to stay frosty, stay strapped, and always stay dangerous. Take care.